Yoga and archetypes. So an archetype is an idea from Jung, who said we have these basic templates, these basic maps. You can think of this as genetic, but it's sometimes considered a bit more esoterically or deeper than that. It's frameworks for how the world is. We don't come into the world as a sort of tabula rasa, as a blank slate. We come in with a set of frameworks for understanding things, yeah? So let's take, we talked about the hero's journey in another video on this channel. That's archetypal, the archetypal hero. There's other archetypes like the magician or the jester. You know, every culture has some version of these archetypes. And yoga postures really bring them out. You know, if we do child's pose or warrior pose, there's an archetype being expressed there. We're accessing archetypal, if you will, energy. We're tuning in to something cross-cultural and primal. Like, for example, you know, the classic warrior pose. There's something, or, you know, this kind of warrior pose, there's something archetypal in that. And there's a reason this one isn't called scared chicken pose, right? It's like, there's something warrior-like in these poses, and we access that, and it reminds us that's part of us. Yeah, because we all have all the archetypes in us. You can split it. You know, I've done 4 archetype models, 16 archetype models. And it's very interesting to see in you which is repressed. Like, some people love warrior, some people hate it the first time they do it, and not for a physical reason. This is basically like the familiarity inquiries that you might have seen the video on, or that we do in Embodied Yoga Principles. Yeah, you'll see those familiarity inquiries as a way of accessing archetypes and then reconnecting with them. I don't see it so much as we're building something, more that we're reconnecting to a part of us which is kingly and noble, or which is soft and open, or which is fierce and sharp, you know, whatever the archetypes are. Yeah, so just offer this to you as a frame in terms of your own practice to go, okay, what archetypes am I working with, and what archetypes might I want to work with? You know, like going through your practice and saying, okay, which archetype is this? You know, which archetype is the 4 bend, or, you know, child's pose. Sometimes it's obvious, other times it's a little bit more subtle. And even something like the name child's pose, there's a lot in that if you explore it. Like, I use that for surrender and grief and letting go and all sorts of things. It's not just the child aspect. Cool, so that's archetypes. Look up Jung. Jordan Peterson is a modern theoretician who's said some really interesting stuff about this too. And all the Embodied Yoga Principles works is based on this. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, you can subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. More importantly, however, get the newsletter. So the newsletter you do, is that right? In the box here? Okay. So why you would want the newsletter, so you hear about the best videos, so you actually ask me questions, you can reply to the newsletter, I'll reply. You can hear about events, teacher trainings, other things that are happening, and stay in touch more reliably. So newsletter there.